Hey there, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for the second portion of June 2021. Um, uh, Last time I did a meditation before and I wrote things down. I did that as well this time. I didn't write anything down though, but what I have to convey is important and it's just something for you to know. And it's just it impacted me in a really good way. So, I kept getting this energy of somebody that just really cares about you. I don't feel like this person is like outwardly going to tell you this or communicate it to you. I don't know, but like, I feel like this is somebody that you've spent time with before, maybe just friendship, but there was some sort of little spark maybe between you. And something about like, you like or they like how you are, you like how they are because they're kind, because they're nice. There's something about that. They like who you are. It's not necessarily about the sexual aspects or the hotness. They like who you are as a human being. And I think that was really impactful for me to feel. And I really like that. I really appreciate that just because that's the type of person that I would like to be with. You know, they're kind and they're considerate of other living beings. And they definitely like you. I don't know if they're going to say that. I don't feel like they're going to express that. But they care about you quite a deal. And they have a lot of appreciation for you just as a human being. So that is your message, Taurus. Let's go ahead and get into this reading for the month of June, the last bit of June 2021. For Taurus, please show me for Taurus. So the first card we have out, Taurus, is your energy, the Queen of Pentacles here. It's a wonderful energy, very nurturing, very caring, warm. This is also dealing with a lot of home situations, stabilizing your home, being comfortable in your home, decorating your home, feeling good in your own skin. It's good energy here. Okay, obstacle. We have the Two of Wands. So new directions, new pathways, different opportunities being presented to you. I will say if you are doing anything within an entrepreneurial pursuit, it's time to decide. Base of this reading, we have the Page of Wands. So again, if we're going in a new direction, it's time to go. It's time to go. I'm feeling like this is not waiting now. It's time to initiate and make something happen here. Okay. Recent past, we have the Devil, Capricorn energy. This can talk about a lot of things. It can talk about addictions, codependent nature and behaviors. It can talk literally about a Capricorn person. But what I'm picking up here, Taurus, is more so a situation where maybe things that you recognize that are actively getting in your way when it comes to your own personal pursuits, you're more apt to let them go. You're more apt to see that they actually they don't require much to release, oddly enough, because these types of things are people hold on to this stuff for a really long time, and it can be a very arduous process of release. But for some reason, I feel here that you, in some way, are able to make peace with that very quickly, and you're just like, okay. It's like turning a new page is what I feel here with that. And I like that. I think it's a very healthy approach to, or a healthy way to deal with something like that, healthy way to approach something of that nature. It can be a lot of stuff like that. We'll clarify a little bit more, okay? Present energy, or we have the moon, so Pisces energy. This can talk about a lot of confusion when it comes to moving forward, especially if we have this urge or necessity to move forward here, okay? This could also deal with a home situation. So I don't know if you guys are moving or not, but maybe you're moving away from a home that didn't provide you with what you needed. Maybe it was a toxic environment. Either way, whatever it is, this is an opportunity to move forward here. The moon is asking us to step forward, even though we may not know the path. You know, it's having faith and trust. And I feel here for a lot of you guys that you've kind of you've dealt with enough to know when to go. It's like, you know when to go. I can't say that any more simply. It's like you've dealt with enough to know when it's time to move on. All right. Future upcoming energy, we have the Three of Cups. So it's beautiful energy. It's about friendships, connection, your community. It's going on dates, having tea, having drinks with friends. It can be a situation where we feel very comfortable with each other, where we are, you know, connecting to enjoy our time together, and spend time together, family, friends. It's also an energy sometimes of reunion type energy as well. So that's presented here too. You know, oddly enough, it's not even oddly, it's kind of coming back to this energy that I felt for you before this reading happened. This somebody appreciating you from afar, or somebody just thinking about you. Maybe they look at your Facebook or something and like they just think fondly of you. I feel like you both maybe like each other, but it's not like full blown, like, you know, it's not out there. It's not confessed or professed. Like, it's not anything like that. It's just you genuinely like this person, and maybe you had a moment with them, or maybe you spent a teeny little bit of time with each other, not enough to like progress anywhere, but like what you did enjoy, you enjoyed very much. And so it's always just been a good feeling. And maybe that's just this person, but I'm feeling that here. So maybe this is energy regarding that, you know, potentially coming into your life. It is in the future position. So, and who knows what that person has also been dealing with in their life. Maybe they were dealing with a bunch of stuff that wouldn't allow them to connect or communicate, or maybe timing isn't right. What I'm feeling here, Taurus, is that this is a situation where it's like this person is, honestly, they're just more reserved. Maybe they're just, what I'm feeling is like, not reserved in a bad way, like watching you and like, you know, making sure that you're doing the right things and you're, you know, a good person. Like, that's not it. It's just, I feel like this person is reserved in a way where they are patient and they can take forever to just see. They just see. They don't push. They just see. Okay. Very interesting energy. Where you're at, here we go with the Fool here. So the Fool is a card of new beginnings, new opportunities. Even if this is in love, in moving homes, whatever it may be, it's an opportunity for you to say yes. It's an opportunity for you to jump forward here. The Fool, the Moon, even if we don't know exactly how everything's going to fall into place with whatever we're moving towards here, new home, new projects, new connections with people, this is an opportunity for you to just do it. Trust that this is being presented here for you to move forward. I feel like in a lot of ways in your life, Taurus, you guys have maybe, what I'm picking up right now is like there's certain times in your life that you truly regret not taking action in certain things or not moving forward in certain things because you're afraid to move forward. There's something there. Maybe it's like analysis paralysis, you know, where you just overthink something too much, or maybe something doesn't like prove to be like exactly how you want it to be financially, but still we're missing out on an option or an opportunity. And here with the Fool, it's asking us to be brave. It's asking us to step away from self-limiting behavior, you know, step away from situations that require us to be connected to toxic people or environments, people that drain our money, drain our time, drain our essence, especially if you're on people who do not value who you are. And maybe that's why this energy of this person was coming in so strongly about like how much they just value you and they appreciate who you are. And if you don't feel like you have anybody in your life like that, then maybe this is an opportunity, as cheesy as it may sound, for you to value who you are. in a deeper way. Find out different ways to value who you are, what you contribute to the world, how you help other people, how you show up. Even for animals, are you a good pet owner? I bet your little fur baby loves you. I bet they they rely a great deal upon you. It's like I'm feeling like we need to give ourselves a little bit more praise or a little bit more recognition when it comes to the value of the person that we actually are. So what's coming toward you? We have the King of Swords here. So King of Swords energy is interesting. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This could also be somebody at a distance too, I'm feeling, for some reason. But this is energy of somebody that is very matter of fact when it comes to communicating what they want to get across. I'm not going to say their feelings, because somehow this may be this person where they're very forthright in what they want to communicate, but maybe feelings are difficult for this person to express. This energy, the King of Swords, it's a wonderful energy, very very diligent, very dutiful, but also not the most flowery when it comes to expressions of emotion and even feeling emotion. This person is often in their head analyzing themselves, their feelings, their situations, which can trip them up, just because our feelings are meant to be felt, not processed through our mind, and that can be frustrating sometimes. And maybe that's part of what they are also dealing with in their life. I feel like there's this element here, Taurus, where it's like we have to be mindful of not allowing things to become regrettable, not allowing ourselves to pass up opportunities that we regret later because we're afraid to move forward. This is about moving forward, jumping forward, being okay with making a fool of yourself. And even if you don't know if this person feels a certain way about you and you want to convey something to them within like a level of love or emotion, this is telling you to do it. Be honest about it. Be forthright with it, If any, the only thing that could happen is it's not reciprocated, and ooh, such a terrible thing. You bared your heart and soul to somebody, or maybe you just told them you like them. Not the biggest issue in the world, Taurus. And what is the other opportunity or option? Like, it could pay off with a wonderful connection. So there you go. All right. So hopes, fears, concerns. We have the Sun. Are we concerned that things aren't going to go well? The Sun can mean so many different things. I do want to say here, hi Marcel. Hi Marcel. Hi baby. I do want to say here really quickly, for whomever this is for, Taurus. For some of you, really quick, this just popped in. For some of you, this energy may talk also about like upcoming like medical situations happening to you, surgery, stuff like that. I feel it'll go well. That's literally what I have to say to that for that little blip there. I know that that's just a very specific message for like one or two people, but if you have something coming up, I feel it will go well. You're in good hands is what it feels like. For the rest of you, the Sun being here, I feel like this is hope. I don't feel like this is fear. Like, you can't have fear with this type of energy presenting itself. This is too high vibe. Okay, this is basically things that are coming through for you now. When we're making ourselves available for new opportunities to come through in our lives, they are guided by divine hand. They are being presented in our life for specific reasons, for our growth, for our truth, for acceptance of ourselves, for acceptance of the path that we often stray away from, This can talk a lot about being uncomfortable, having to step on the direct path that you're supposed to go in, I hope we get the Star soon. Here we have the Hermit as the outcome. So Virgo energy, what do we have here? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We've got Aries, Sag, Libra, Leo, Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn. It doesn't really matter who we have. I feel like this energy is very important to mention, just because with the Hermit here, this is a revision, and I like this being the final card, because this whole situation that we're dealing with right now within retrograde energies is a revision. It's a time of revision and assessment. And it's important to be open to what is coming through for you, okay? It's important to be available for the information and inspiration that is being presented to you, okay? What can you do to heal yourself? What can you do to help yourself not restrict your opportunities or your energy? I'm also feeling that it's important for some of you to be able to extend yourself in different ways that you may have not before. I don't know what that means, but extending yourself. So that could literally be maybe surgery or something will help you extend your body in a different way. Maybe it is extending your energy and your love and your connection to other people where we maybe have been restrictive in the past. So there's something about that here, Taurus, that I feel is important to mention. So let's go ahead and get a let's get some clarifiers for this reading, and we will get to cracking. All right. Thank you, Marcel. I want you to clarify here for Taurus, please. I'll shuffle you, right? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so you have the King of Pentacles coming out here. Whoa, and the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm feeling here, you guys, is if this is a person that is coming into your life or you entering into somebody's life, I feel like a rapid communication may be the key, but also slow and steady wins the race. One thing about this, especially as the outcome card that I like, things will be revealed in time, but the nice thing about the Hermit is when it comes to relationships, it's really asking us to be friends first, you know, or maybe you've had a history with somebody where you were friends first with a person, but there's an energy, come on, Marcel, let's get out of here. Baby, come here, fatty cakes. Oh my goodness. There's an energy of becoming friends first or maintaining some sort of friendship, establishing something here before we move forward in any type of love relationship. Go on. Go on. Thank you. Go on. Yeah, a very solid connection. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here. We've got Capricorn, Virgo. There's a lot of earth energy as far as like court cards or human energy being presented. Show me the Two of Wands here for Taurus. So you have the Five of Wands here with the Devil at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn energy again. This energy is being conflicted in regard to the directions you want to move in. It has something to do with the Devil, Ace of Swords. So this could be communication. Now, I want to say here too, this may be something that you're experiencing because again, with this message that I got before this reading, it was about somebody feeling a certain way about you. And I could just be picking up on you feeling a certain way about people or a person, but there's something here where it's like we're wanting to communicate something. The Five of Wands and the Devil can be a tricky energy just because it can talk about a lot of conflict within a toxic connection. Maybe in the past here we've had to walk away from something, or maybe this is a situation where we're actually needing to walk away from something now and cut ties so that you can have the opportunity to experience more. I feel like there's a distance that we have to create here, Taurus, for some reason, to something, from something. It could be a home situation. It could be a previous partner. Could be drugs, alcohol, eating habits, toxic thinking, whatever it may be. But there's something that we need to get past. Show me the Page of Wands. So the first card you have out that's upright is the Six of Wands here for the Page of Wands. You have the Two of Cups here. Okay, you have the Hermit, you have Strength, you have the Knight of Wands. with death at the bottom of the deck. So Scorpio energy being presented, but this is, okay, this is about moving forward in a different direction entirely. It's about letting go of something to experience something better than what you've had. And by the act of letting it go, you like open up the channel or the direction or path for this connection to come through, or some connection to come through. The Two of Cups can mean so many things. It can talk about love. What I'm feeling here, it honestly does feel like a loving energy, a connective energy with the person. But if you're not involved in with a person, if you're not interested in that, it can also talk about just letting go of something from your past so you can move towards a situation or an opportunity that offers you the ability to just fall in love with what you're doing, you know. And if that is your own personal silence and like your own quiet space in your life and privacy, so be it. Maybe that's what you need to love, and maybe that's how you love yourself more. But I'm feeling that this is kind of like releasing something that we may have been dealing with that's been difficult to let go of, so we can have something better. Who's reading? Aquarius got something very along the lines there. Here's an Aquarian energy card here as well. So yeah, I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius or not, but there's something here about somebody letting something go. Maybe somebody's letting you go. I don't know. Somebody needs to move forward so they can have a better opportunity here. Show me the Devil. You have the Knight of Swords here for the Devil. Okay. I feel with this Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is all about honest communication. It may be difficult to have. It may be blunt. It may be maybe on the more aggressive side or frustrated side or kind of put out, like exhausted even. But with that Knight of Swords, it is telling me that the communication nonetheless will be of an honest nature. It wants to find the truth of something and or tell a person the truth. So it feels like you kind of have this opportunity to really clear the air and also clear space and clear energy of something and move forward into a different direction, because here we go with the moon now moving into this present energy, moving forward. Show me the moon for Taurus. So you have the Magician, the Five of Cups, and the Chariot. Yeah, absolutely. So with this energy, we have to let go of something, you know, maybe we have to let go of something, but it's immediately moved into a different direction. This is positive energy here with the Magician and the Chariot. What I'm feeling here too, Taurus, is almost as if like you're kind of recognizing, remember what I said earlier about like recognizing where we don't want to regret things anymore, like taking opportunities and making the best of them so we're not regretting things anymore. This is kind of that energy where it's like maybe you haven't done something, or maybe you haven't left somebody, or maybe you haven't engaged in something because you felt like you shouldn't, or you've restricted it, and maybe you've regretted it until now. This is an opportunity to let go of that regret. It's to bare your soul, open things up, take active measures towards a positive pursuit in your life, whether it be a person or something that just fulfills your soul. This is an opportunity to really step into that, and it's going to require you to just trust the process. Give me one more for the Five of Cups. Yeah, man. Shit. Queen of Wands coming through there. So a direct hit in a positive way. The Queen of Wands is feeling good about yourself, like straight up feeling good about yourself, going about your life in the way that you need to, allowing yourself to experience things how they should be. This is trusting your direction, trusting your path. This is engaging in situations that bring you happiness and fulfillment. The Queen of Wands is somebody, you want to talk about entrepreneur here. I mean, with the Queen of Pentacles here at the base of this reading and the Queen of Wands being presented, do what the fuck you want to do when it comes to your own types of business, your own types of personal pursuits. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a singer, dancer, writer, whatever the hell, this is something that's very positively presented here, especially if it's within the arts or within like a capacity of like being in front of people. I'm seeing that as well. Like maybe you are a speaker or motivational speaker. Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're a counselor, you know. it's to help, it's to excite. There's an excitability here. Maybe that's just what I'm feeling. But it's something that moves very quickly in that direction when you have that opportunity and you take it. Show me the Three of Cups here for Taurus. Yeah, you have the Four of Cups with the Lovers here, bottom of the deck, the Sun. So by letting something go, you move directly towards what you love, or you move directly towards a potential or an opportunity that can bring you a lot of connection to either love a person, connect with a person, or just a group of people that are of like-mind energy. The Sun is here at the bottom of the deck again, directing you. You have the Chariot here, the Sun. These are the most positive cards in the deck. So whatever's going on here, once you initiate it, you're guided in the best possible ways. With the Lovers and the Three of Cups too, I do want to say that this may be a situation where you might end up finding somebody through a friends group. Again, the energy I picked up before this reading started was maybe already somebody that you knew. Friends group, lovers, the Sun, it's like you're being guided towards that. The Tower under that. Things happen fast, okay? So, initiate it. Show me the Fool for Taurus, please. You have the Six of Swords coming out in reverse here, Taurus, with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I want to hit this because I got to hit it. If you have a connection of love, or if you have a lot of feelings towards a person, this is going back to something that maybe wasn't ideal at a certain time, or maybe there was a lot of haziness or miscommunication, or the unknown was surrounding it in the past. The Six of Swords in reverse is telling us to go back to something. You know, it's talking about revisiting a situation that we may have had a lack of clarity on before, and now we get to have a second chance at it. I love this retrograde energy, you know. It's a really good time to consider, reconsider, revisit, communicate, sometimes resurrect, you know. I will say, though, too, that in these times of resurrection, in these retrograde energies, if you are truly on board with making a solid commitment or wanting to move something forward with a person, and that is your active goal, I would say try to initiate it after the retrograde energy is over, just because retrograde energies can cause a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of like mixed signals and miscommunication, and people kind of get, you know, they're being affected in a lot of ways too. So just be mindful of that. You know, if this, you can either hold off till it's like after the retrograde, or if you need to talk to this person before, just see how it goes. But just keep that peace in mind, okay? I'm not picking up like a giant tumultuous situation from the past, like that kept you apart or something. It was just like not the right time situation, it felt. And you both had like external things happening in your lives. Each in your lives. Show me the King of Swords for Taurus. You have this Ten of Swords coming through here. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Three of Pentacles. I feel that there's a transformation here. I don't know if that... this is, again, about getting to the bottom of things, all right? So the Ten of Swords is difficult times being over. Now, I'm almost associating this with this Capricorn Devil energy here. I feel like that is the difficult time being over. For some of you, what's coming to you, I want to say this too, just because, yes, it is a court card, but also this can deal a lot with our minds and how we view things. With the King of Swords here, this can also be you having to come to make a decision, coming to a decision about something here. The Aquarius reading got a lot of this energy as well, I'll be honest with you, where somebody had to make a very big decision about what they wanted. It's like something from the past that they very much cared about and loved, but like, and they wanted it, but then through experiencing it for long enough, they realized it wasn't quite living up to what they wanted. And moving forward, this other thing or person or situation or opportunity really was in alignment with what they wanted. It was almost like what they wanted, but better. And so I feel like there's some separation here of having to let go of the past and make peace with that. I feel like there's an energy of like, I don't want to say like failure associated with that, or like it didn't work out, so I'm a stupid person or a bad person. It's not that. It's just sometimes different opportunities present what we need at a certain time, and then something different comes along and it happens to resonate with you in a completely different way because it's more so in alignment with the direction that you're supposed to be on, be in, go on, be part of that path. Okay. I feel either way, the Ten of Swords here is us using this clarity to rid ourselves of these types of connections and sadness and associations of sadness that are connected to them. Show me the Sun here for Taurus. Okay, that's flying everywhere. We have Judgment and the World. This is endings. Positive as well, you know, maybe they feel uncomfortable, but they are positive nonetheless. Judgment is asking us to utilize our best judgment. Now, in regard to this, if you're needing to step away from an old situation that just isn't panning out to what you thought it might, and it's kind of weighing you down, and not just your time, but your heart and your mind and your feelings and all of that, perhaps communication is not adequate. This is asking you to do what is right for you, okay? This is the sword of justice here. This is asking you to do what is fair to you, fair for you, okay? Bottom of the deck, you have the World, change, opportunities. This can also talk about leaving something and being able to travel more, being present with more experiences that are out of your norm, connecting with foreign lands, connecting with different people that might not be your norm, you know. Overall, though, the World definitely does tell us that a certain cycle, a certain series of lessons and events that we've had to endure, we've gotten the lesson, we've gotten the message, we understand why it was put in our lives, you know, we have grown through it, and so it allows us to really make the decision to say, this doesn't quite do it for me anymore. How do I move past it? Well, you have the Sun, you have the Chariot. I would say start working on yourself, start feeling like you're tip-top, work on your body, yoga, meditation, eat healthy, drink good water, you know, be very mindful about the pursuits that you have in front of you and engage in them. Even if you have like 5, 6, 10 different things that you want to do that could all be good money makers, or they could all be good pursuits of interest, spend like half an hour a day with each of them, you know, dedicate that time, just half an hour, and be consistent with that. And it will slowly start to accumulate. You'll start to get to know what works for you, what holds your interest, where you're going, you know. That's what I feel here. But overall, this energy is to not worry. I feel that the Sun card here definitely is a bringer of hope in this situation after something has been tiring. With the Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, you've carried whatever this is for a long time. It's been a burden that you willingly carried. And now it's time to part ways. What's under that? We have the four. So holding on to a situation, what's under that? 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if you've been in a connection because of money, you know, or maybe some form of stability. Maybe we have, this also can talk a lot about tradition. I don't know if this is a situation where maybe we've held on to something because we've either been married to it, we have a long-standing tradition, perhaps we don't want to upset our family or our friend group or, you know, our parents. It's not healthy to stay in situations because of that kind of stuff. Like doesn't really have any bearing on you, or it shouldn't, at least, okay? You have new opportunities to experience. Take them. They're being presented for you. Show me the Hermit here for Taurus. Yeah. You have the Eight of Pentacles coming through, and you have Justice. So what this is telling me is that no matter what it is, you're willing to do the work, and I feel the work starts within, okay? The work starts within by listening to your inner voices, listening to your direction, your drive, okay, listening to the things that maybe make a list of the things that you regret in your life from young on, you know, like teens to now. Make a list of what you actually genuinely, legitimately regret in your life. You regret not doing. You regret not doing in a certain way. Okay? And now what opportunities are being presented in your life that are there, or you could have them there, but we're either scared to take initiative on them, or we're scared to engage in them because of whatever reason. I don't know why, but whatever reason. Do what is fair to you. Do what is just to you, for you, in your favor, okay? There's a reason why this is a culmination of endings here. Endings don't have to be terrible. Sometimes it's like just ripping the bandage off and moving forward. Sometimes it's tumultuous and really a painful experience. But whatever this is, Taurus, I'm asking you to challenge yourself and really step into allowing yourself to have more. So let me get a card here. Show me for Taurus energy, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the last portion of June 2021. Show me for Taurus, please. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Loneliness at the bottom of the deck. I know that I am never alone. You are never alone. It's true. Empathy. What does that mean for you, Taurus? Are we holding on to a situation because we're feeling sad for somebody? Are we feeling sad for ourselves? I wouldn't do that. Show me empathy. Have empathy for you. Not sympathy. Empathy. Show me empathy for Taurus. You guys are so fucking dutiful all the time. Like, take care of yourself. Yeah, Five of Swords here, bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. So this is your time to shine. It's your time to address self-sabotatory energy. The Five of Swords for me as a reader is a huge self-sabotage card. It really, really asks us to get out of that, okay? Also, if you are having a bunch of empathy or having reserve for people who verbally abuse you, play mental mind games, manipulate you, cut it out of your life. It's not important at this point, okay? It's not important at this point. You need to have that freedom for you to experience more. Tell me about this potential love connection energy for Taurus, please, if this is to come into their lives. First off, you have free yourself, okay? What we've been talking about here this whole time is time to take back control of your life. Show me more for Taurus. Okay, release your ex. Again, so another card of letting things go. Show me more for Taurus, please, moving forward with this. It's like you have to do this before you can enter into something new for some reason. Show me this energy moving forward for Taurus, please. Come on, don't stick. Okay, it's on the floor. Hang on. Yeah. Jesus, get up here. Calling in your soulmate. Okay, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So it's like by releasing this, you activate something new coming into your life. I love this card at the bottom of the deck too. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. It really does. What other deck? This one. No, this one. Thank you. All right. Calling in your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate. The Six of Wands with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel you guys, when you create space to separate yourself from whatever the situation has been, and you move towards this energy of feeling lighter in your body and your mind, it's something where you feel like you have your vitality back. It moves things along. You start to vibrate at a completely different level. It's like you change your vibration, and by doing that, just so you know, within itself, you actually draw in different energy because your vibration has changed. So let's not worry about loneliness, especially if we have to leave someone. Under that, you have success. Yeah, let's not self-limit because we're afraid of a momentary outcome. There's going to be loneliness, there's going to be sadness, there's going to be some regret, but let's not let that regret rule us to the point where we start to regret other things that we could have had. So I'm going to leave this message here. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate, feel free to donate to my channel. It greatly helps me. The link is in the description box below. And yeah, if you're seeing this reading, it's because, well, I have had surgery. I have surgery scheduled for my neck on June 22nd. So I'm going to try and get this and maybe another backup reading done just so I can have something to put out for you guys. But if I can't do the second one, just, know that's why. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I love you. Good luck with everything. Please listen to your heart about this because this feels like a really nice person, whomever this is. Like they're thinking about you actively. They may not be saying something, but they're thinking about you actively and they care. So anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye, Taurus.